For this mint and chip smoothie, start with 3/4 of a cup of filtered water. Now, I know most people use almond milk, and I've been using almond milk too, but this particular smoothie does not need it because it's creamy without the extra calories from the almond milk. So go ahead and put this in here, saving some calories and some fat. You've probably heard of black bean brownies. Well, people use black beans to make their brownies healthier and creamier and add more fiber. So I tried different beans to make this smoothie higher in protein. I tried black beans, which was pretty good. I tried these chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, and it had kind of a funky consistency. And then another time I tried these red kidney beans, and I was like, wow, this is so good. This made it so much yummier. And if you don't have these, get them from the store. If not, you can use the black beans, but these red kidney beans just made this smoothie so much more delicious. And you do not taste the beans, so I just take a can of beans, empty it in here. And when you buy beans, try to find the can that's not lined. You see there's no white lining in here. And the reason why you don't want the white lining is because that contains plastic, and we want to reduce our intake of plastic as much as possible. And see, I like certified organic because then I'm not eating pesticides. And then here it says right here, it's what you want to look for. It is BPA free. So just go ahead and rinse these. So when you're rinsing them, you're getting rid of more salt because all the beans that you buy in cans contain salt. And sometimes these have a lot of salt and taking off any kind of slimy residue. So you want to rinse these so that there is no more foam. That's perfect. Just drain any extra water off. Half of a can is 3/4 of a cup of beans. So sometimes I just put the beans back in here and just dump in half. 3/4 of a cup of red kidney beans. Add beetroot powder. And the reason why I use this is not only for the health benefits, is because it imparts a wonderful sweetness to it. So if you add too much, it's going to taste like beet. So only use 1/4 of a cup. It's worth the price tag. Next up, 2 level tablespoons of cocoa powder or cacao powder. I'm using a raw cacao powder because for me it just tastes better. It is not as bitter. It tastes a little bit sweeter, and it has more nutrition. And then next up, I'm using Flavor Organics. That is the brand, peppermint oil. So this stuff is very strong, so I'm only going to use 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it came in a different package, but then it was just so hard to control the portion size, so I just transferred it to this glass bottle. I keep this in my cabinet. And next up, vanilla powder. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder. So if you have vanilla extract that you like, you can use that. Just make sure it's alcohol free, otherwise your smoothie will have a little bit of an alcohol flavor. So I'm going to blend this first to make sure the beans are thoroughly blended, and then I'll add the bananas. And I'm using this amazing pitcher, and this is from Vitamix, and it is stainless steel, so I'm not throwing a bunch of plastics in my smoothie. So go ahead and blend this until it's very creamy. I blended my bean seasoned cocoa mixture for less than a minute on medium, and this is what it looks like. So now I just need to add the bananas. So I have 3 medium bananas that have been frozen overnight. I want to make sure the bananas are very frozen. Make sure they've been in the freezer for at least 6 hours. This will make it nice and creamy. And I freeze my bananas the day before and I break it into 1-inch pieces. And this will help blend the bananas in better, because you don't want a bunch of chunky bananas, then it's going to be a funky consistency and then it just won't be as sweet. So these break apart pretty easily. I just let it sit on the counter for about a minute and then break apart the little pieces, because if you don't, again, it's going to be too hard to blend. It's really interesting how when you freeze a banana, it just tastes completely different. I don't even like bananas, but if I freeze them and put it into a smoothie, I love it. Yes. Healthy nutrition. And believe it or not, the more carbs you eat, the more insulin sensitive you will be, and will lower your blood sugar. Your blood sugar will spike initially, but over time, it will actually come down and improve your health. It will lower cholesterol too, which is pretty amazing. And the less fat you eat, the better your blood sugars and the lower your LDL cholesterol. All right, so let's blend this up one more time. All right, let's check the consistency now. I can see it. All right, I like to mix it a little bit. All right, let's look how thick that is. Isn't that amazing? Delicious. Yum. All right, let's taste it. Actually, I think it's pretty darn perfect. Very creamy, very thick. I think I'll take it for one more spin just to make sure it's nice and blended. And what's nice about this stainless steel pitcher is that it will keep the smoothie really cold. You know how the blenders heat it up? This helps keep it colder. All right, one more spin. All right, 3 times the charm. Lighting's not so great. But anyways, take my spoon. I like to stir it just a little bit. All right. I usually put it in a bowl, but today I will put it in a glass for you. And my goodness, this is so cold. Look at that. Scrumptious. Now, if you want to make this into ice cream, just use a half a cup of almond milk instead of 3/4 of a cup. And wow, it's overflowing. Finger looking good. This is very chocolatey, which I love. I love chocolate. Okay. So how this tastes is obviously chocolatey, even though it has only 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. It is thick, rich. It's creamy, creamy, and there is a little bit of the chocolate chips in there, and you're like, wait a minute, there's no chocolate chips. But when I put the beans in there and I add all the flavorings and the cocoa powder, it has a chocolate chip taste to it, which is amazing. It just the beans transform into chocolate chips. I do not taste the beans whatsoever. Now, a lot of people like their smoothies a little bit sweeter than me, or like the desserts a little bit sweeter than I do. I actually don't like very sweet chocolate desserts. I like to taste the chocolate. So if you want it sweeter, add a teaspoon or more of maple syrup. If you don't want to use maple syrup, Agave is also very delicious. It's a very neutral sweetener. If you want a whole food sweetener, then you can do 3 dates soaked overnight that are pitted. Medjool is my favorite, in 3/4 of a cup of water. So you're going to use the dates and the water. It will taste very, very sweet, and I think that will satisfy everybody's sweet craving. This mint and chip smoothie contains 542 calories, 18 grams of plant protein, 94 net grams of carbohydrates, only 6 grams of fat, 23 grams of fiber, which is really fantastic. That's so much because it's 93% of the minimum daily requirements in just breakfast. And it's really great for kids because you get to sneak in those beans and that extra fiber. I eat a minimum of 60 grams of fiber a day. I love this. And you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of calories. So the saying is, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. So, and the reason why that is we are more insulin sensitive in the morning. So, and you burn more calories in the morning. So that's why I like to eat more carbohydrates in the morning and a bigger breakfast. That's actually the biggest meal of the day. So I hope you try this exactly as I suggest. I know people like to make modifications, but try it this way first and then play with it later if you want it sweeter, or if you want it more liquidy, you can add more almond milk, but try it this way first. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll put the exact recipe in the YouTube description below. And if you want more recipes, I've got a ton on this channel. I also have a cookbook, that 2 of them actually, that are whole food plant-based, and you can check those both out on my website, thehigh5diet.com. And the cookbooks also explain how to reverse diabetes, heart disease, and lower weight with specific rules to follow. Very easy. And I explain exactly how I do it. So take care and hope to see you soon. For my favorite low-fat, oil-free, plant-based vegan recipes, order my cookbook with nutrition facts on how to prevent and reverse disease, which chronicles my personal health and weight loss story through my website, thehigh5diet.com.